water! In the water! Just keep your eyes open if you can, mate. Keep looking at us. What's your name?
What the hell? Look how much water.
When you lose sight of someone, it's not a good feeling, and I tend to always think of the worst.
How did you get here?
We're extremely sorry for this. Your life is very important to me.
95% of people wouldn't have even been able to do that swim.
You can actually almost tell the way someone's gonna be able to handle the ocean before they go in the water. The guy jumped off the point here at the north end, and we seen him go across, and we thought he was all right. Both Jess and I kind of turned around for just 1 second. Before you know it just ripped him across so quick.
When you got the nor'east swell coming straight into the Tama, you can't even pedal against it. The current's that strong, and if you try to pedal back, you're just going straight into the rocks.
So then it's just game on, and we just had to act straight away. I just ran, I grabbed the flippers and the tube, ran round. I said, Jess, radio jet ski, radio Bronny, get some backup round. It's always in the back of your mind, especially in that situation, that something could go wrong. There's a lot of rocks around, a lot of water moving. But that's what Jesse's there for. That's why he's radioing the jet ski. That's why the guys at Bondi are coming over, just to back up, to make sure that nothing goes wrong.
As I was running up there, it was like the rain was hurting me. It was coming down that hard, and I couldn't see. I was just squinting my eyes.
In the moment I hit the water, I've just got my head down and just motoring out there. I had no visual whatsoever.
When you lose sight of someone, it's not a good feeling, and I tend to always think of the worst. 95% of people wouldn't have even been able to do that swim, but, you know, Bisho's a very, very good swimmer, and he was like a little motorboat. He was out there in 2 seconds.
He came really close. He came really close to those rocks there. Through sheer luck, a wave must have lifted him up and put him on a ledge and pretty much taken him to safety. And then I looked at Jess, because Jess couldn't see in and around, and I gave him the thumbs up. He's all right, because there's no way Jess would have been able to see him.
Right now, he's coming just straight underneath it, but Bisho said he's all good, so...
And then it was just a matter of him trying to get back around, which was the difficult part, but he eventually obviously made it.
My occupation in Brazil is lifeguard, you know? No panic, man. I have a big wave in my country. Lifeguard help me. I come, drop in the rock, that's it. I'm here. Look, I'm happy. No problem.
It's a big sigh of relief to know that I don't have to swim in there if he's not getting bashed up against the rocks.
You know, that guy should have gone and bought himself a lottery ticket that day. He was very lucky to get up where he got up.
I love you, Australia.
What the hell? Look how much water.
You've got a river running through the middle of Bondi. Poor old sand is going to be wet, isn't it?
It's Christmas Eve. Bondi is usually heaving with holidaymakers. Today, no one wants to be here.
There's a couple of people around. I can't believe they're down here. We just want to go home, see our families, but we're stuck down here in this horrible, horrible weather. It's threatening to rain all day, and now it's really coming down.
What the hell? Look how much water.
You've got a river running through the middle of Bondi. Poor old sand is going to be wet, isn't it? Huh?
It's Christmas.
Torrential rain is flooding the beach and the lifeguard tower.
It was a weird one. Everything just come down at once. It was one of those different storms that come through. It come down in volume. It instantly wiped out the tower, the tunnels, everything just filled up right up. So this storm come right through before one of the busiest days of the year. Our tower's got everything we need, all our equipment, all our safety gear, all our rescue gear. So we knew everyone had to kick into gear and make sure everything was ready for the next day. I saw Chapo, he was head to toe in sand, wet, and he was digging with the shovel, trying to make a trench through the whole middle of the beach. It looked like hard work, so I thought I'd come up with a new idea. I thought, why not throw the buggies in two-wheel drive and see if we can make a couple trenches with that. So we ended up, all the crew on shovels, and then having the buggies just rip through the sand.
Lucky, eh? Yeah. I'm surviving. You know, we'll get this done and then the boys won't be so flooded in the morning.
He signals for help from bemused tourists. The only person enjoying the strong wind and rough surf is a local kite surfer. But Chapo calls a stop to the fun.
There's a lot of surfers in the surf, so it's just too dangerous here.
You're all right, mate. That's okay.
Thanks, mate.
All right.
Have a good day.
Yeah, we'll put it down.
But pulling down his kite is easier said than done. The quick release is jammed. The experienced kite surfer is suddenly at the mercy of the wind. He signals for help from bemused tourists, but too late. Lifeguards race to help him. But his only injuries are a bruised ego.
I apologise.
Yeah, no, it's all right, mate.
I've never done it for 7 years. Never happened. You all right? I thought I was going to headbutt the wall for a second.
Like, the wind's so strong, there's no way it was going to drop down properly. And then it just went, dragged him into the wall.
How hard did he hit the wall? Was he going fast?
He hit it, man.
I didn't get pulled up in the Camel Parade.
I thought he was going to go, man. Yeah, he got hurt for sure.
Look at water! Look at water!
It's the biggest hailstorm to hit Sydney in 20 years.
So we've got two big storms coming from the south, which is coming through waterfall. There's red and black in there, so it's going to be pretty intense. There's probably a bit of hail in there as well.
I think we're in for a massive storm.
As soon as that southerly hits, you can see it come across the water. And then lightning, thunder. It's like music to our ears sometimes.
Not every lifeguard enjoys a storm.
Everyone knows that Jules has a phobia of storms.
No, I don't like storms. They're not my favourite thing at all. I respect them, but I don't like them. I'm not comfortable in storms.
But this storm has another surprise in store. One that's got everyone ducking for cover.
Some of the hailstones were honestly like the size of golf balls.
They're full on. Mate, how gnarly.
I hadn't seen hail that big for many years, and we were all pretty amazed by it.
You're getting bigger. Look at the ones over there. Look at water! Look at water!
Of course, I always get a bit concerned about the surfers in the water, just because of the size of the hailstones, you know.
Look at all the surfers with their boards on their head.
It's the biggest hailstorm to hit Sydney in 20 years. And some locals don't want to miss the occasion.
Here we are! We're stuck in the surf! Woo!
Oh, I've pretty much come down here every day for the last 53 years. That's quite unusual, yeah. We, get a little bit of hail, but not like that normally.
It's hailing! Yeah, you don't want to get them on your head.
One of the great things of Bondi, it's normally a beautiful, lovely beach, but when it's bad, it's bad.
We're extremely sorry for this. Your life is very important to me.
Bondi is closed for swimming. While the weatherman forecast one thing, down at Bondi, the sky told a very different story. 9 a.m. and a dense fog creeps onto the beach.
Hello.
Hi, all right?
Oh, good.
What do you think about all the fog?
Impressed.
Not impressed?
We watched this on TV. Every time we watch this,
TV, it's so nice and shiny.
the rare weather event is more than a novelty. For lifeguards, it's becoming a safety issue.
This fog's really spooky. I can't see the southern end of the beach at the moment, so it's a little bit, got us a little bit on edge.
Back right over central, this fog's getting worse at the northern end of the beach.
Yeah, I can't hardly even see the front of the beach down here, mate, right in front.
With thousands in the water, seeing anyone in trouble is becoming increasingly difficult.
Remain calm, I'm coming, I'm going to get you.
I'm here, buddy. Yeah, mate. Grab my hand. Just relax. All right.
This is ridiculous. Visibility is about 100, 150 metres. The lifeguards all lined along the beach, and we're sort of trying to work out what to do.
It's like waiting for a pirate ship to come out of the mist and attack you or something.
11 a.m. Instead of burning off with the sun, the fog continues to thicken.
Just having to think about whether we're leaving people in the water.
Hoppo is faced with a critical decision. Should he pull down the flags and close the beach to swimmers?
You know, liability, we miss something, they're going to say, why didn't you close the beach?
The only thing with pulling the flags is you might get 100 or so people out of the water, but is then everyone just going to swim everywhere?
To make matters worse, thousands are about to attempt an inflatable thong world record.
You have to stay very close to shore now with this fog. We might have to close the beach soon if you don't stay close to shore.
Got to close the beach, mate. Got to close the beach.
The decision is made. On one of the busiest days, on Australia's busiest beach, Bondi is closed for swimming.
Made the decision now, we're about to clear the beach due to the poor visibility. We can't see anybody in the water. We've got jet skis out the back, and we're just slowly pulling people back in and making announcements on the megaphones.
Do you want to go in, please? Just
All the people in the water, the lifeguards have closed the beach due to the fog.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have closed the beach. We have pulled the flags down. Our visibility was close to zero. We don't know when we will be putting the flags back up. I do know the event is on hold with the Fongs at the moment. We're extremely sorry for this. Your life is very important to me. Thank you.
What a beautiful speech. It's like he's going for Prime Minister. Look at the mass exodus of the water. He's like the Pied Piper. He's just sung a tune and here they come.
What's happening?
We're just closing the beach at the moment.
Well, quite extraordinary. Looked on the surf cam this morning, was going, oh, it's all misted up. There's something on the window, and then realised it wasn't on the window. You couldn't actually see.
Despite the danger, many disregard lifeguards' advice. Then, 3 hours after it crept in, the fog slowly retreats.
You can almost see the other end of the beach now.
You know, my visibility out here is perfect.
I can almost see south.
With 2,000 thong riders itching to go, lifeguards reopen Bondi.
So much fun! Woo!
Overpowered and exhausted, the man can barely keep afloat.
Just keep your eyes open if you can, mate. Keep looking at us. What's your name?
It's just a lot of water coming in at once, and people want to put their kids in the water. Like, I'll tell you what, some kid got swept out, he'd be furious at the parents. Furious.
Unable to guarantee swimmers' safety, lifeguards make a dramatic decision.
Attention all swimmers, due to the dangerous, very dangerous conditions here, we are closing the beach. So please return to shore.
It's rare that Bondi's closed. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 days a year we'll close the beach completely. And today's one of those days. It's just all happening.
The beach might be closed, but remarkably, swimmers ignore lifeguards' warnings.
Mate, we've got a big crowd of people swimming right up here in front of us where we are, you can see.
The beach is closed. We can only tell you so many times not to go in the water, so just a bit of common sense.
If you want to have a swim, go to a swimming pool. Guys, it's dangerous. It doesn't get much more dangerous than this.
Bondi Central box. Straight out. See the guy, he's got a snorkel on. That's all we need now, eh? Thanks, Mal. I'm on my way.
Bizarrely, a man has tried to go snorkeling in the massive surf.
He's getting smoked, mate.
Kerbox battles out on his 10-kilo rescue board.
He's in trouble. He's actually panicking. Bondi Central, the boys. I reckon this guy's taken a fair bit of water already.
Overpowered and exhausted, the man can barely keep afloat.
He's swimming!
Hoppo backs up. Despite being back in shallow water, the man panics.
I got you! I got... Now, feel this too. I got you, mate. Relax. Stand up. Good there, Ted, yeah. I'll get out of water. I love you guys. So, you get up here.
Yeah, go, Bob.
He's got a bit of water, mate. You maybe get an ambush for you, Mick?
All right, mate. Just keep your eyes open if you can, mate. Keep looking at us. What's your name?
Lifeguards ventilate the man with oxygen.
Mohammed. You're doing good, buddy.
Mohammed is from Bankstown, 25 kilometres inland. He's learned a brutal lesson about the fury of the sea.
Feel better pretty soon, all right?
Despite the potentially fatal incident on the closed beach, thousands still crowd the water.
These guys are swimming in front, guys. You're going too far out. Come on, guys. I don't know what's going on out here. Just listen to the lifeguards. You cannot go too far out or you're going to get in trouble. Just pulled a guy out of the water. If you want to be the next victim, then go ahead. Borderlining stupidity being out there. I don't understand why you need to go out so far. I just pulled him out. He's taken a bit of water.
After nearly drowning, Mohammed refuses to go to hospital. Lifeguards and paramedics can't force him, but if he's taken too much water into his lungs, disregarding medical attention could be lethal. News crews gather to cover what could be an impending natural disaster. The tsunami is expected at 8:30.
The lifeguards, hello. There's been an earthquake in Chile and there's been a heavy tsunami warning, which for us guys, no one's informed or notified us about closing our beaches, so at the moment it's business as usual. It's only 7:30 and I've had 40,000 phone calls. What's it going to do? When's it going to hit? What's going to happen? How the hell do I know?
As lifeguards await official confirmation from the Tsunami Warning Centre, the story goes national.
The Chilean quake sparked tsunami alerts from Russia to Australia.
Warning messages are not issued lightly. It's a very, very serious event that's unfolding.
David. Mate, I just spoke to Terry. I don't know if you guys have, but his mate is on the actual tsunami warning committee and he said it's real. It's on.
Tens of thousands are expected on a hot Bondi Sunday. Closing the beach is a major decision. Kerbox calls head lifeguard Hoppo.
Hop, what are you thinking? It's one of those things that if we say it's nothing's going to happen, if something does happen, then we're in all kinds of strife. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, she's cancelled.
On such a benign morning, a natural disaster seems implausible, but lifeguards are reminded of a fateful day 72 years ago. On Black Sunday in 1938, hundreds of swimmers were swept out in a massive surge. 35 people were resuscitated. 5 died. The giant waves on that day were also experienced up and down the coast. Scientists have since speculated Bondi's worst disaster may have been caused by a tsunami.
Not sure if you're aware, but we have been issued with a tsunami warning. So the flags are coming down. If you could please leave the water, find a safer place.
It's now just after 8 a.m. The tsunami is expected at 8:30.
Is there seriously going to be a tsunami or not?
Mate, I don't know, but we just have to act with it as well, so. A possible tsunami? Yeah. A pretty serious earthquake over near Chile somewhere.
Chile and...
Yeah, it's a long way away, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They all turned around when they heard what I was saying, so they're probably just having their last swim before Armageddon comes, I think.
Conditions on Bondi could barely appear safer, yet the beach is officially closed.
My Achilles are stuffed. I reckon Boxers is worse, so I reckon if I'm not going to survive and it gets me, I know he's already gone.
News crews gather to cover what could be an impending natural disaster. Then, new information comes to hand.
Toby said it's hit New Zealand. It's on the news now. So they reckon we'll definitely see something. Yeah.
It's hit New Zealand, and we'll probably be able to see something. Oh, the latest news from the Tsunami Warning Centre, still saying possibility of dangerous waves, strong ocean currents and foreshore flooding throughout the day. Obviously they can see something, they're just trying to track it and see what goes on.
A revised warning predicts the tsunami will now arrive at 1 p.m. It could be just a minor surge or something far more dangerous. But lifeguards have no power to prevent swimmers from going into the water.
People are just jumping in now and makes it difficult for us, if something does happen, to get people to believe us that it is going to happen and get them back out of the water.
The media is in a frenzy.
Something happens, they're going to crucify us. Every beach be having the same problem. We've done the warning and just say, can't physically remove this.
By mid-morning, nothing has happened. The crowd, even lifeguards, are beginning to relax.
We don't actually know what's going to happen in the ocean. The ocean could recede. We could get large waves.
It's almost 1 p.m. If something does happen, it's not far away.
Tsunami, 24 minutes to leave the beach, please. Higher ground.
I think the tsunami will not come here.
Please retreat to higher ground.
No, I go in the water and swim. I'm not afraid.
21 minutes, the tsunami's coming in. Higher ground? Yeah, higher ground. Katoomba's the highest spot, but it'd take too long to get there. You're looking at probably an hour 40 to get there on a Sunday.
1 o'clock comes, and still nothing happens.
People aren't taking it serious at all. And that would be along the whole east coast of Australia. We have to do everything in the best interest of the public to keep them safe. So you're telling them to move to higher ground, well, they're happy down here at Bondi.
Once again, the tsunami fails to follow schedule. Finally, at 5:30 p.m, head lifeguard Hoppo receives breaking news.
The main tsunami waves have now passed all Australian locations. Tsunami warnings of New South Wales are therefore cancelled. We've gone and put the red and yellow flags back up, and Bondi is now back to normal.
As I was going into the boot, I took my eye off on the surf for a couple of seconds, which was really stupid. Everyone was screaming at me on the rocks, and I'd gone past him.
Groups of people on the walking track at Bondi have noticed 2 men caught in huge surf against the rocks.
A couple of guys jumped in right in the boot, which is behind the icebergs there, and they were in difficulty. And as we all looked, we couldn't see anything.
Oh, like a surfer?
Then we just noticed a person run down the rocks and just try to throw a board to them. And that's when we knew that, you know, all hell was going to break loose.
The men are in a small bay beyond the beach.
2 guys look like they're off the rocks over behind the boot.
It's too far to paddle and too close to rocks for a rescue board.
Bondi Lifeguards, Chris speaking, hello.
Killbox must unload the 400-kilogram jet ski just as a wave washes underneath. But the ski is dropped at the wrong moment.
You get these really big surges that come, and then when it backs off, you get bogged with the jet ski.
Bondi police call the tower for an ETA on the jet ski.
Yeah, we're trying to get the ski out now. I've got all the phones ringing. Do you have eyes on them? Do you have eyes on them currently? I've had about 1 million phone calls for these guys at the back. We had eyes on them before, and they've just gone. They've gone out the back, and they're in a bit of trouble. Bondi Lifeguards, Chris speaking. Yeah, sorry, I hate to be rude. We're super under the pump. We've got 2 guys out the very back of the very back icebergs. Just trying to sort it out now with the jet ski. Go ahead.
Yeah, boys, just had a call off the Rangers.
Yeah, we're trying to get the ski. We're getting the ski to go get them right now.
Finally, Kerbox gets the surge that he needs.
It's all good, mate. We've got Kerbox halfway there now. I've had the ambos, the cops, everyone calling.
Chris learns one swimmer has managed to make it up the rocks to safety, though the same can't be said of his friend.
You got eyes on him out, Chris?
We've got the one guy's coming off the rocks, and there's another guy out there. I'm just trying to locate him now. It's so hard to see there. There's white water everywhere.
In pounding waves and gale force winds, Kerbox's search is like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Centre of the box, there's one swimmer left, mate. Apparently he's with some surfers. Copy, mate.
My visibility was zero. I couldn't see where I was going. I was mainly relying on all the people who were up on the cliff face to try to get some kind of location. As I was going into the boot, I took my eye off on the surf for a couple of seconds, which was really stupid. And this set just loomed up, and it almost could have trapped me between the rocks and this wave. So I had to turn around and hightail it out of there. And then everyone was screaming at me on the rocks, and I'd gone past him.
This is heavy.
2 paramedics were there, and they were going back there. And I spun back around, and there he was. He had his hands up, screaming out for help.
Yeah, King's got the last swimmer, boys.
I know the boys are local kids, and it is pretty irresponsible. I don't think they really looked at what the surf was like before they decided to go in off the rocks there. They later told me that they do it all the time, and I have no doubt they probably do. But there's always that one chance that you can come unstuck, and it could have been this day.
Yeah, Boxy's just bringing one of them in now. So we're sorting it out. We've got all the swimmers. One's going with Amber, we've got the other. We're all sweet. All right? I knew they would get one of the boys to come out, and yeah, Kerbox, lifesaver.
How did you get here? Hey?
If left untreated, on a severe case like this woman, she could die from dehydration, respiratory problems, cardiac arrest, organ failure. The heat, it cooks you from the inside. A member of the public said there's a woman downstairs who's covered in sand and unconscious.
Yeah, she looks kind of tight.
Wait. Hey.
Excuse me.
When I first saw her, I thought it was pretty bad.
You see me?
Her face was just covered in sand.
You know where you are? You know where you are? Wake up. Wake up. You been drinking alcohol?
She presented as an intoxicated patient. Also, I thought substance use. She was just so out of it.
Can you help me out here? You gonna get up?
How'd it go?
Back, lads. I've got a bit of sand on you. You'll be all right. Come with me. It's all right. I'll bring them up for you. Just come. Hey.
I kept trying to wake her up, and she'd come to, and then she'd drop out again. Come to, drop out again.
Hey. You're exhausted.
She was like passing out, like super incoherent, and there was no function in her limbs.
I need you to get up for me.
But then as I was inspecting the situation, she didn't smell of alcohol at all.
Hey,
It's super important in this job not to jump to conclusions. If you jump to conclusions and you give the wrong diagnosis, you could treat them the wrong way and it could make things worse.
Yeah, you're all right.
No, hey, just don't worry about your stuff. It's all safe, but she didn't smell of alcohol.
Will dispenses with any bedside manner.
Hey, look at me. Need you to open your eyes and focus. Wake up. Don't follow my hand, follow this finger.
You can only be really gentle for so long. You kind of just have to put your foot down because you've got to work out what is the problem.
Where do you live? Hey, I need you to start paying attention. I know it's hard. Stay focused on me, look at me. Do you have any medical conditions? No? How did you get here?
I walked from Coogee.
Okay, you walked from Coogee.
Coogee is 6 kilometres south of Bondi.
She said, I walked from Coogee, and I'm like, okay, it's stinking hot. That terrain sucks. She's probably not used to it. She's carrying a backpack, camera and everything, so I ruled out alcohol and just went straight to heat stroke.
How much water have you had to drink? You exhausted?
No. And she had like a 1.5 litre bottle of water. It was almost full. And I was like, okay, you've walked from Coogee to here on this day. That's nowhere near enough. So straight away, I was like, severe heat stroke.
Get an ambo down for her.
Gotcha.
Yeah, please, thank you.
Hey?
It was a bloody hot day, like really, really hot.
Need you to try and drink some water.
Heat stroke, it's too much time in the sun, not enough water. You need to get fluids into you, electrolytes, and you need to get cool.
I'm gonna take you upstairs where it's aircon, it's nice and cool. Give me your hands, give me your hands. Use your legs.
If left untreated, on a severe case like this woman, she could die from dehydration, respiratory problems, cardiac arrest, organ failure. The heat, it cooks you from the inside.
Yep.
So when she sort of passed out on the stairs, I kind of went a bit rogue on the technique and just threw her over my shoulder.
You right, mate?
My method wasn't exactly in the lifeguard manual, a bit unorthodox, but sure enough, we got it done.
Sip some water. Sip very slowly.
As soon as we got her in the aircon, got her on the bed, slowly getting her to sip water.
Starting to feel a bit better?
It was a night and day difference. She was talking to me.
Reckon you got some good photos?
I was like, oh, so you like photography? It was good to see her improve so fast for something that was actually quite severe at the start.
Bit dry, not much water, or not enough water today. Yeah.
After checking her vital signs,
Oxygen level's good, heart rate's good.
paramedics give her the all clear to go home.
Wow. Jesus, look at you, pep in his step, ready to go.
Good stuff, mate. Very welcome. Stay safe, stay cool, stay under the sun.
There was a good feeling sending her on her way, seeing her walk up towards the bus stop, heading home. Hopefully she's learned her lesson. If she buys water next time, drink the whole bloody thing, not a little bit of it.
Hey, Will from Bondi Rescue here.
True from Bondi Rescue.
If you want to see the latest episodes from the latest season,
We've launched Bondi Rescue memberships.
sign up now, link below, and join.